Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your old mate, Beatle Dave. I hope you're all well and dandy out there in Beatles land, fellow YouTubers, members of the VC and record collectors from around the world. Now this is going to be a Beatles on compact disc HMV exclusive limited edition box set. We're getting near the end of this now, folks. There's this one and there'll be one more, and then that'll be this mini series over and done with. So I hope you've all been enjoying the content. I've had lots of comments, likes, things like that. So I think the majority of the people have enjoyed them. If I cough and sneeze, I will apologise before I start the video because I've got the dreaded hay fever. My eyes are streaming already, so I'm going to have to put my granddad glasses on at the minute just to stop me rubbing my eyes. And like I say, if I cough or I sneeze, I will apologise, but hopefully I'll try and get through this video without having to do that. So all right, so what are you up to today, folks? See it all. Right, so this is what they call the Red Box. Again, this came out in the 1980s, 1987, and I mean this is probably one of the better boxes. It is really, really nice. So the catalogue number on this is BEA CD 25/2, and in this one you get Help, Rubber Soul and Revolver. So this is one of the three that I bought after I'd got the original five, if that makes sense. So I got this one, I got the black box, which was the last one that we saw, I think, if I've got this right. And then I got a Sergeant Pepper one, which will be the last one that we're going to be doing. Yeah, again, these are quite hard to come by. I think these were quite expensive when they came out. Again, multi CDs on this, so it's not just one CD in it. So again, you get. I think they should have stayed with this on these box sets, and I think they should have put a photo in like that on each one. So this is quite a low number as well. This is 284. I think this looks really nice. Didn't they do a Beatles mono vinyl box set around this time? Might have been early 80s, might be 1982, and I think they did use something similar like that to this colour on that. So on this you get Help, you get Rubber Soul, and you get Revolver. Now these are all the UK versions of these albums. So like you don't get the instrumental hit, songs on Help. The version of Revolver and Rubber Soul are the UK versions, not the American version. So, I think you'll all know the songs anyway. So, excuse me. So that's good. Bear with me 1 second. I've just got a bit of a dry throat. Then we get one-sided fact sheet. Basically just giving you the information of the CDs that are in it. Very, very basic though, isn't it? When you think of everything you get in box sets nowadays, that is very, very basic. Now, excuse me, they are housed like that. I think the presentation on the first two box sets, i.e. this and the black box, are probably the best out of the lot. Not necessarily the contents and everything else that's in it, but the way they're presented, I think, is the best out of the lot. So, cut those out. And then on the inside, you don't get a badge with this, or a pin as you call them in America, but you do get the Beatles monthly book, issue 12 from July 1964, which seems a bit strange because the CDs are from 65 and 1966. Still nice to have though, isn't it? Yeah. So we get Help. What's your favourite song off Help? There's a few good ones on here, ain't there? You've got Help, The Night Before. You've got To Hide Your Love Away, I Need You, Another Girl, You're Going to Lose That Girl, Ticket to Ride, Act Naturally, It's Only Love. Excuse me, You Like Me Too Much, Tell Me What You See. I've just seen a face yesterday in Dizzy Miss Lizzie. Excuse me. If I was going for a song that the Beatles didn't write, I'd say Dizzy Miss Lizzie is my favourite song off here. If it's one that they probably wrote themselves, and I'm not going to go with Yesterday, um, I'd probably go with You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. I think that was probably strong enough to be a single or a B-side. Again, that is just my opinion. There was one sec. Sorry, folks, I did have sneezing fits. So I just thought I'd pause the video. So, yeah, so this is the standard CD that you could go to the shops and get at the time. And Parlophone. And it just say made in the UK. And I've had a lot of comments while doing this mini series saying, well, what do these sound like? To be honest, they do sound very, very good. But you've got to remember these are 1980s CDs. So I think the 2009 reissues are slightly better than these, but these still sound fantastic. Again, it depends what you're playing them on, I suppose. Up here, I've just got a bog standard old Philips CD player, and they sound fine on that. If I play them on my Blu-ray downstairs, they sound okay as well. So yeah, you can probably get these on their own for like around £5 off internet selling sites, and from car boots you probably get them for less. You do occasionally see these in charity shops and second-hand shops, but to get them in the boxes, especially the first two, like I say, the black box and the red box, it is actually quite hard. I was lucky to get these, and I was extremely lucky for what I paid for them. I didn't pay a lot for them, to be honest. So yeah, so that is the first one. So yeah, I think my favourite song on this is You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. A lot of people say, why aren't it Yesterday? And things like that. Everybody's got different opinions, haven't they? Help's another fantastic song. Um, I also like It's Only Love. John sort of doing a Spanish sort of more tender side. Then we've got the UK version of Rubber Soul. Landmark album, wasn't it, Rubber Soul? So on here, I'll go through the tracks just in case you haven't got the UK version where you live. So, excuse me, if you're ready. Right, you get Drive My Car, Norwegian Wood, You Won't See Me, Nowhere Man, Think for Yourself, The Word, Michelle, What Goes On, Girl, I'm Looking Through You, In My Life, Wait, If I Needed Someone, and Run for Your Life. Now in the UK, there were no singles released from this LP, where on Help, obviously, you had Help and Ticket to Ride released as singles. No singles whatsoever. I know in America you got Nowhere Man, didn't you, as a single? Nice shiny disc. Again, it says made in the UK. So what would your favourite be on this? Mine would probably be Nowhere Man. And then a close second would probably be If I Needed Someone by George Harrison. But in all fairness, I don't think there's a bad song on Rubber Soul. And then we get to the masterpiece, Revolver. Um, in these three albums, Help, Rubber Soul, and Revolver, you could see the Beatles sort of like progressing as musicians and songwriters and performers in a lot of ways. For saying this was released, what, 3 years, 3.5 years after Please Please Me, roughly. This is not the same Beatles that's on Please Please Me or with the Beatles, is it? A very, very influential album in a lot of ways. Again, this is the UK version, so the tracks you get on here are Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, I'm Only Sleeping, Love You Too, Here, There, Everywhere, Yellow Submarine, She Said, Good Day Sunshine, And Your Bird Can Sing, For No One, Dr. Robert, I Want to Tell You, Got to Get You Into My Life, and Tomorrow Never Knows. Nice shiny disc, made in the UK. And to be fair, this looks unplayed. So folks, what would your favourite songs be off this? A lot of people would say Eleanor Rigby, some people might say Yellow Submarine. I'd say my favourite, if I could just pick one, would probably be For No One by Paul. Fantastic song. Although I do love Tomorrow Never Knows, as most of you know. And Got to Get You Into My Life probably could have been a single. Yeah, there's some good songs on it, isn't there? That's it. Really, really good songs on it. So that is what you get in the Beatles Red Box, as it's known. So this is the monthly magazine that came. Well, they put one in from 1964 when the contents is 65 and 66. I don't know. Beatles new. Beatles being the Beatles. This seems any decent photos. Is that George taking chewing gum off the sole of his shoe? Or could it be his old man shoe? Ringo looking like he's been caught. The accused. Hey, mummy. Photo of Paul with a cup of tea. John and George. It's even got this month's Beatles song, Hold Me Tight. John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Hold me tight. That's one there. George and Paul deep in conversation. Ringo with a cup of tea, or could it be coffee? Or cocoa? Very, very early picture of John Lennon there. With, I think that is his sisters, isn't it? It's half sisters. Julia. Um, I don't know what Paul's thinking there. Yeah, so that is it. So you don't get a badger out with this, unfortunately. Alright, that is. So yeah, like I say, if you wanted to get these CDs individually, you can pick these up for quite cheaply, really. But the box sets are, becoming quite expensive. Even since I've started doing this mini series, I've noticed these box sets are going up in price. Don't know why. Perhaps somebody knows something that they're not letting on. But yeah, um, a decent copy of this with everything intact like that is in decent condition, which this is. This is a really, really nice condition. It's probably going to cost you somewhere between £50 upwards, maybe up to 100, maybe slightly over 100. Some of the other ones in the sets, like Yellow Submarine and things like that, and yeah, Yellow Submarine, I've seen them going for £400 and £500 on certain inset selling sites. So that's going to be it for this edition of the Beatles on compact disc, the exclusive HMV collection, commonly known as the Red Box, by the way, if I haven't already mentioned it, which I think I have. So what do you think about these box sets? I didn't get them at the time they came out, as you obviously know. Excuse me one sec. But I'm very, very glad that I got these when I did. Bear in mind, I've only had these for around 2 months now. And like I say, the prices for what I paid for these and for what they're going for now is only going up. Um, have you got any of these sets? Do you think they're good? Do you think there was a load of rubbish when they came out? They are of the period. Compared to the box sets today, they do look quite primitive in a lot of ways. But it was the Beatles camp and EMI especially just trying out things. I think with the first two, I think they sort of like got it right. Um, Maybe there should have been so many sets with like two, three, or four, CDs in each one. Um, but whether that would have made them more expensive, I don't know. But I think the later box sets where you got the badge and you got the little pamphlet and things like that, I think like the additional bits were better in them. But I do think they should have kept the idea of something like that on the inside of the box every time you got one. Right, so that's going to be it. As always, thank you to everybody who is watching, or thank you to everybody who's watching the videos. I'm ever so sorry. I'm full of hay fever. Yeah, so thanks to everybody for watching the videos. Thanks for everybody that is leaving comments. And if you've liked this video, just do me a favour and leave me the thumbs up. That helps YouTube promote the videos and other people's videos as well. Uh, so whatever you're doing, please stay safe. Remember, you are the beat of Beatle Dave, and Beatle Dave loves you all. So until the next time, which hopefully won't be too long away. I don't think the Sergeant Pepper one is going to be the next one. I've got something in mind to do for the next one, and then we'll do the Sergeant Pepper, and then that'll be this mini series finished. So I hope you've all been enjoying it. I think, yeah, because I've had some really, really nice comments, and I've really been enjoying making these, to be honest, and looking at them and comparing the sound to the newer CDs and things like that, and comparing these box sets to the box sets that we've had come out over the past few years. So love and peace to you all, and I will see you very, very soon. And just remember, Beatle Dave loves you all.